Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here on Sunday the 11th of December. Main talking point today is around the area of low pressures that are going to come across us during the course of this week. The reason for it is basically that the jet stream is over the top of the UK, and it's a really active jet stream. We've got cold air coming in from the poles, warmer air coming up from the tropics, and the effect of this is to cause a very narrow channel of really strong winds to scream across the Atlantic and bring low pressure areas into us. Also, we're in a left exit region of the jet stream, which is an area of development, rapid development, for areas of low pressure. I'll show you more of that in just a moment, but it is going to be a very, very windy week, but lots of doomsayers out there, so just bear with me for a mo. This is the 7 to 10 day forecast from the ECMWF on the left, the GFS on the right. 500 millibar charts valid from today through till from next Sunday through till next Wednesday the 21st, both showing very similar things. Look, building this ridge out towards the west of the UK. Now, the models, again, I think are having difficulty dealing with this. Well, what I think is happening here is this ridge is building, look, out in the Atlantic. I suspect this ridge may continue to try and build with a flow coming up here from the southwest. Excuse me. So, if that does link up with this high across northern parts of Russia, we get our link through forming, and eventually we'll get a block forming. It'll squeeze this little trough further south. That'll become a feature in the Mediterranean and the Eastern Med, and this high links with this high, and we get a blocking high position over Scandinavia. That may be absolute pie in the sky, but that's where I can see this pattern going. But I would stress that's not backed up at all by the models. But there's lots going out at the moment, folks. There's lots of happenings going on in the atmosphere, and I think the models are actually genuinely having quite a bit of difficulty being able to deal with it. Okay, this is from the ECMWF. This is the ECMWF model run from midnight last night. And if we take you through the days, they're in 24-hour steps. So this is, let's get back to the beginning once again. There's Monday, there's Tuesday, Wednesday, low pressure dominating. Thursday, Friday, here's Friday's storm coming across. Look, here's that ridge building out towards the west that I told you about yesterday. Trying to link in with the ridge across Greenland, but notice it doesn't last very long. It does manage to get into us. This is going to be very cold air coming down through the country next weekend behind this low. So this is going to be wintry showers across many northern, western and eastern coasts as well. Some getting into the Midlands, but a much colder day for everyone. It's what happens after this that's absolutely critical. At the moment, ECMWF breaks down again, excuse me, and brings the jet back in across the Atlantic, breaking down this high and pushing that away to the south. And I have to say that at the moment is where all the models are going, but I'm not convinced that's what's going to happen. Look, excuse me, we've got this building ridge here across Russia, this building high across Russia, and I think we're going to end up with a cold pool sinking its way southwards. So it's that cold pool in the Med that we've got to watch out for forming, but it's just not being shown on the models just at the moment. This is from the Canadian model, which, as you'll remember yesterday, I really favoured because it built that high in. But today that's disappeared. This is Friday the 16th. Look, low pressure again. Excuse me, notice where it's tracking across southern Scotland. They're all bringing it in along that route. But then into the weekend, really cold northerly coming down. We need to watch this cold northerly for risk of more persistent snow showers. And into Sunday it keeps us cold, but look, it redevelops the jet and brings low pressure in from the west once again. So my confidence somewhat shaken in this idea of the high building in, but I can still see it. Look, the blocks here, blocks out in the Atlantic, lots going on. I can just see that link trying to be made. Okay, let's take a look at the GFS and look at exactly what's going on. I think the GFS seems to have got this okay for this week because it does look like being very, very windy. What I'll do through the rest of this video is just put aside the idea of what's going on in the 14 days leads up to Christmas. I think we've got to get some of these storms out of the way in the next 24 hours, let them get into the models, let the models sort themselves out, and then start producing some reasonable medium to longer range stuff. So excuse me, this is today. Let's just knock it on, and you'll notice low pressure here crossing to the northwest of Scotland. Look, stays breezy, isobars quite close together. Into Monday we get a spell of pretty strong winds sweeping across central and eastern England on Monday afternoon. Tuesday another area of low pressure comes in, this one bringing severe gales across Scotland, northern parts of England, Northern Ireland too, although there'll probably be gusts here of around about 70 miles an hour, nearer 40 or 50 further south. As we get through towards Thursday and into the end of the week, well, here comes the bigger lows. There's one on Thursday that tries to get going, but it gets absorbed, look, into the low that's coming across the Atlantic. Here it comes, a very deep low. That forecast to take a track, by the looks of it, across somewhere between central Scotland and the borders. Excuse me. To the south of that is going to be very, very windy conditions. I think we could be looking at southern Scotland, northern England, North Wales, Northern Ireland, at risk of gusts of up to 90 miles an hour. Now that's enough to cause some damage to trees, lift the slates off roofs, etc. Further south, for central and southern England, I think we're looking at gusts possibly of 60 miles an hour, western coast of Wales up to about 80 miles per hour. And then that low takes itself away eastwards, look, then brings in this cold northwesterly flow behind it, and it's this flow that's going to reduce temperatures and bring the risk of snow showers across northern and western parts. Once we get past Saturday, I must admit, jury's got to be out, because here's the area of high pressure, look, starting to build in from the west. Here it comes, building in, but then it collapses away by the time we get into the early part of next week, with a west to southwesterly flow starting to pick up again, and that's where the big question mark reigns. Okay, hope that's been useful for you. Have a great day, and don't forget this site is funded by the adverts you see around. So if you see an advert you like, click on it, go through to the sponsor. It tells the sponsor you like our site, and it generates revenue here as well, and that keeps it all free of charge. So thanks again for watching. Keep the sun shining, and I'll keep the webpage updated throughout the day.